have heard of Muhammad the American here? Please raise your hand. Muhammad the American. Okay? Now, keep your hands up. The people who heard it from me, put your hands down. Okay, so the reason I bring this up is because I want to thank Project Censored very much, because Project Censored has been hot on exposing the 9/11 contradictions, the stories of the 9/11. And this is a very, the fact that most of you have not heard of Muhammad the American shows how much censorship there is. Because Muhammad the American was a CIA agent, an FBI agent, and a Green Beret instructor who admitted in court in 1999 that he masterminded the bombing of the twin embassies in Africa that killed over 300 people. Okay, and also he trained the, he admits in his book by Peter Lance, who was a Pulitzer Prize winner or Emmy Award winner, called A Thousand Years of Revenge, that he trained the Al-Qaeda bombers that bombed the World Trade Center in 1993. And most recently, Professor Peter Dale Scott from UC Berkeley has written his book, The Road to 9/11, that Muhammad the American admitted that he trained the 9/11 hijackers. An FBI, CIA agent trained the 9/11 hijackers, basically imported and set up Al-Qaeda in the United States, working for the CIA and the FBI, and he was released from prison, not having to do any time in prison, after he's killed all these thousands of people, even though we've been told we're going to war against anybody that had anything to do with 9/11, and a whole lot of people who didn't have to do anything with 9/11, just because they are Arab. And we're going to war all over the world to get these people in 9/11, but the CIA agents that are under our own employ, that are training and doing all and provoking these people, we don't even know about. Where's the news media?
Well, it's a false flag operation, so you're not going to see a lot of reporting about that in the corporate media because they're complicit in what's happening. And Dr. Paul Ray and I did a whole study on deconstructing deceit on 9/11 in the media, as some of you know. And Project Censored has done 9/11 media coverage issues for a long time, as Frank noted. We're going to continue doing 9/11 stories for as long as the corporate media decide to ignore them, which will be probably forever, until maybe 40 years from now or something. So Peter did the whole, did a whole study on the unanswered questions back in like 2004, 2005. 2000, yeah, we've covered it every year. We did the Stephen Jones story. We did a new Stephen Jones follow-up on the nanothermite that we covered. Again, people that follow this are aware of those things, but we keep reporting about them. And again, a lot of people don't like that we do 9/11. Even a lot of people on the left, and that's why we've done some. Peter's done some studies of the propaganda model inside the left progressive media and show how they also, like Amy Goodman, Democracy Now!, these people, they don't cover 9/11 issues.
Amy's actually done it better than most.
And she has actually done it. She's tried to
do it. She does it as a debate.
And Hartman has been similar, but they kind of frame it still as an implausible kind of a problem, or at best an unknowable or unwinnable problem, instead of actually looking at the hard facts and issues. We've had Richard Gage here, Peter had Stephen Jones speak up at Sonoma State a couple years ago, and I don't know, they were burning you in effigy in this town square or something over it.
Well, the front page of the paper did.
Yeah, front page of the Press Democrat and everything else.
First time it ever made the front page of the paper.
Yeah.
Sonoma State brings discredited scholar to
yeah.
speak.
So, yeah, we keep doing these things because somebody has to try to speak the fact-based truth about them, no matter how popular that is.
The part this year that we've got, it's on page 141, is a research from Open Chemical Physics Journal, January 2009, which was based in Europe, and it's Copenhagen, University of Copenhagen, did analysis of 5 samples of the dust from the World Trade Centers. And in each sample found unreacted nanoparticles of thermite. Now, thermite is aluminum oxide compound that's used in controlled demolitions it burns so hot that it melts steel instantly, literally. And so to find nanothermite in the dust from the World Trade Center doesn't explain how it got there, doesn't explain anything about any theories of who did what, but it simply says, it's a question, how did nanothermite get in the dust from the World Trade Center? But no coverage, zero coverage in the U.S. on this. And no, you know, University of California, all of them should be like lining up to verify or try to discredit. No, it's just not happening. They just don't want it. They don't want to talk about it.
Local architect Richard Gage has almost 1,000 architects and engineers now signed on to his website at 9/11 Truth that are coming on board saying this. This isn't just people going to his website and signing on to it. These are people that are civil engineers. These are people that are architects. These are people that know about these things. These are people that have looked at the evidence and looked at the data. And these people that are saying, no way. There's no way that this stuff behaves this way. Never before have steel structure buildings collapsed or failed due to fire, except on 9/11. One fell flat into its own footprints at nearly free fall speed. That stuff doesn't just happen. If it did happen, we wouldn't be using those materials to build those things, would we? So again, that's just again, when you look at that and you sort of melt away some of your conditioning and you cure a little bit of your allergy to cognitive dissonance, then strange things happen. You really start finding yourself thinking about things more openly and fairly, and you can communicate with people. And I know you have, and I know a lot of other people have, and I know a lot of people have taken a lot of guff for it, ourselves included. But I don't think that it should be none of these things necessarily should be just this central issue. I think that we have this whole truth emergency, including all of these issues. And if we don't include all these kind of problems and all these things together as part of the same issue, I think we're just going to have a long slog. So I think we need to include all of those things. And people on the left, I think especially, need to wake up to 9/11 problems. Anybody else? Thanks so much for being here. Thanks to SDS. Thanks to all of you for being here. And special thanks to Peter Phillips for driving down from Sonoma State to see us today. So we have books over here for sale at discount rates. Please feel free to buy them. Please feel free to send our websites. I've got cards over there for emails. Anybody want to contact me? Anybody ever want to talk to us? Please stick around or get a hold of us. SDS has a meeting today at 3 o'clock in LA 118. So anybody that wants to go and see what SDS is about, 3 p.m. today, LA 118. Thank you.
And here's a bit of interesting information. You can get thermite from peanut butter.